9, no news today. It's the first day of June. Heather Free, president of the Southwestern region? Or is it Southern?
Southwestern, Illinois.
Oh, okay. Big Brothers, Big Sisters. Now, one of my favorite organizations. You guys do fantastic work. And starting today, a little bit of a big push for this volunteer aspect of it. Heather, take it away.
Yeah, so I feel like I need to give a little bit of a background in history because Big Brothers, Big Sisters is such a staple in our community and in our region, but there's so many people who don't know what we do. We got started 43 years ago in Belleville, and it was 1980, a group of social workers recognized a need for kids to have mentors. And so we became an official affiliate of the Big Brothers, Big Sisters of America. We call it a federation. There's about 250 of us throughout the country.
That's so cool.
And so our office started off serving mostly Belleville and St. Clair County. And over the years, you know, sometime around the early 2000s, we started serving Madison County, Clinton County, and Monroe County. And right now, about 30% of our programs are serving kids in Madison County and in the RiverBend area. So I'm from Wood River and was born in Alton. And so it's been my personal mission to make sure the people of the RiverBend area really know about what we do and how to utilize our services. And so
that's so cool. And it's really neat to know. And what I mean by that is that you're a big mission is making sure that, you know, we have this resource too. And now take me through your journey and how you got started, you know, and where you're at now with the organization. Was this was it Big Brothers, Big Sisters, something that you thought right away, this is who I want to be a part of? Or did you kind of transition or follow a path to it?
Oh, yeah. So I've always worked in social work. I've always worked with youth. And I actually lived in Chicago for about 17 years, was looking to move back home after my first baby. And when the opportunity came up, this position came up, when you're in social services and you work, you know, in the humanities, getting an opportunity to work for Big Brothers, Big Sisters with such a huge reputation, you just jump on it. Our national office has been around for over 100 years and really got started out of a need for more justice for young men who were coming into the courtrooms, oftentimes didn't have fathers, were getting into trouble. And a judge was like, we need to get these boys mentors. We need to put positive adults in their life.
Wow.
And that was really the start over 100 years ago. And to this day, we still do the same thing, where what makes us really unique is there are other organizations that do mentoring, but Big Brothers, Big Sisters focuses on the one-to-one. So we'll take a child between the ages of 6 to 14, and we find a positive, caring adult in their community who's going to spend a significant amount of time with them to help shape them, mold them, and support them, and hopefully change the trajectory of their life. A lot of our kids, you know, come into our program from single-parent households.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes the father's incarcerated or there's substance abuse going on in the home, or a lot of our families come from, you know, impoverished situations. And so our kids come with a lot of trauma and they come with a lot of obstacles to achieving their dreams. And so these mentors come in and help kind of clear the way and show them the way to a successful future.
I was going to ask you too, because I think there's nobody better to ask about this question. Is, to me, I always thought during COVID, you know, and schools were shutting down, and a lot of times, because I, you know, just in the little business community stuff that I was doing, I mean, school was an escape for a lot of children that didn't have that role model, that were home, and, you know, that meal at lunch was their meal. What did the pandemic, in your guys' perception, because you guys, you know, are, you know, helping the youth and giving, you know, providing them a individual that helps them shape their future and become the individual that they would like to be. But during COVID, what were the thoughts that you guys had with, you know, the problems that arose with the youth with this?
Yeah, I mean, I think what we realized was just how critical relationships are to all of us. You know, I think all of us realized that. And for our kids, it was even more apparent. As you laid out, you know, school was a really supportive place. And all of us felt a lot of stress and uncertainty. So having somebody you can go to outside of a parent to talk about all the confusing things that are going on in the world and stresses in your life. It's a huge component of being able to be resilient.
Right.
And so I think it just kind of highlighted the need more than anything. I mean, we had challenges like everybody else in kind of implementing things there for a little bit, but I think more than anything, it just further validated that like relationships are healing and important for individuals and the community on so many levels.
And now I wanted to ask you, because obviously, Big Brothers Big Sisters, we all know of the organization, but I always say it like this, we might know Apple, but we don't actually know Apple. We might know the name, but we don't know all the ins and outs that you guys do each and every day. Now, when you joined the organization, how much did you learn right off the bat of, things that you guys do that maybe you had no clue of, or you were just barely familiar with it? Was that a case for you?
Oh, yeah. I mean, anytime you're going into something new, you may think you know, but you have no idea. So, I think the good news is all the lovely, amazing reasons why I wanted to be a part of the organization, turned out to be all the amazing, wonderful reasons why I will stay and want to be so committed to what we're doing and feel a personal connection to what we're doing. But yeah, like how the process works, our national standards, learning our families, kind of relearning the community, because I had been away from for so long. There was a learning curve.
I'm just telling you what, our text line's loving you. I'm trying to respond. I was telling Lee, I don't know if you were outside. Our text line, my computer's not working, and this is what I answer my texts on. So I had to download the app, and now I got a text and there's a whole lot going on. But how is it whenever you're joining something like this? Because my thought is a lot of times people do, like certain nonprofits, people, or certain organizations, I don't know about that. But this one, everyone that I've ever known, Big Brothers Big Sisters, is truly an important organization. Yeah. And for you to come and really lead the helm down here in this region, that's got to be crucial. And now when you first started, was there something that you wanted to do right off the bat that you were able to accomplish?
Yeah, I think so. I think first and foremost, we wanted to really focus on our community-based program.
Yeah.
And so we've really, since I've been a part of the agency, we focus exclusively on the one-to-one community-based, where we match the adult with the child who are interacting about 4 to 12 hours a month for at least a year in the community. I also wanted to get going what's called a Bigs and Blue program. So my dad's a retired police chief in Wood River, and I've been really committed about getting police involved. And so Brad Wells, Chief Brad Wells,
he's
from
amazing.
Wood River, he's a big brother. So, and we've gotten Sheriff Connors involved with the Madison County Sheriff's Department. His guys and gals are getting involved.
That's so cool.
Had a wonderful meeting with Jarrett Ford in Alton about getting his guys and gals involved. And so, mentoring is incredible for kids, but the unique opportunity for police departments is to really get to know your constituents in a different way and start to kind of help shape and mold kids who, at 10 or 15 years down the line, they could be interacting with them in a justice situation.
Exactly.
And so we're trying to kind of nip that in the bud.
And that's what I think is really cool about this, because, and no matter what, there's, everyone has a situation and a story, but to get someone familiar with law enforcement and, to build that trust and build that relationship, it adds to the bigger picture of things. And that's why I think that your guys' organization is so impressive, because everything you really do isn't, short term it helps and it's great, but long term the impact is just exponential. I mean, it's just huge. You can't ask for anything better to really build somebody's life and really give them these tools and really tools to be a part of a community too. You can't ask for anything more. Now, I know that we've been talking for a little bit. We've already been talking for 10 minutes just about how great this, and I really mean that. I met, when I first learned of Big Brothers Big Sisters, I thought, well, this is unique, because I was in pro wrestling. I still am, and one of the pro wrestlers is a big sister.
Oh, nice.
And I was talking, and she had her individual there, her little there, and
we call them littles.
I didn't know how to, I'm still learning here, and so
it's all right.
But just to see the connection and to know that, hearing just a little bit about that little story and hearing about, how that connection, that relationship gave her not only, the faith to keep moving forward, it gave her the trust in people again. And I mean, to me, if you don't have trust, what do you have? You know?
know.
And was there a situation in your position where you got to see this really firsthand transform some individual? I'm sure you see it all the time, but is there one story? I mean, you don't have to share it because I get confidentiality, but was there one that you just look at and go, wow, this is why I'm doing this each and every day?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many, but I mean, the one that always comes to mind is a match that we matched. It was one of the first matches we made when I had started with the agency. So I kind of have like a personal attachment to it because I saw it from the beginning. But a little brother we had is living in a foster situation with his biological sister. Both his parents are kind of out of the picture. There's some addiction in the home. His foster mom's great, but you know, she's one person. So she enrolls him in the program. I think at the time he was like 7. Getting in trouble in school, extremely shy. You can imagine all of the issues you would have having lost both your biological parents.
Terrible.
And he got matched with a phenomenal big brother. They've been together now over 4 years, and he is so confident, so outspoken. His big brother has instilled so much wonderful values in him about hard work and how to be successful in life. They read books together. This particular boy was very naturally, had a lot of natural athletic abilities, but no outlet, no ability to get involved in organized sports. He's taken him to Cardinals games and Blues games, and they play basketball together. And they have a beautiful relationship when you watch them interact, where they like tease each other in like the most playful way. They're friends. Like when you're with them, you're like, you two are friends, and you'll be friends forever. And I asked them, I'm like, what's the one word you would use to describe, you know, each other? And they both, without hesitation, at the same time said family.
Wow.
Yeah. It makes me want to cry.
You can't do that to me. Okay, why don't we do this? It's 10:11. I mean, seriously, I couldn't do it because the moment I heard something like that, I'd fall to pieces every day.
I know.
Because to me, that's the most beautiful part of life is really just that right there. We're going to continue our conversation with Big Brothers, Big Sisters. We got bills to pay. 10:11. Take a commercial break. We'll come back in about a minute and fill you in. We have so many people going, how can I be a part of this? Nice. I really want to learn more. Well, you get to next.
You won't find a better health club than Nautilus Fitness Center. More cardio, more free weights and equipment, more classes, a swimming pool, and more. If you're serious about your health and want to make a change, then stop thinking about it and visit Nautilus Fitness Center on Industrial Drive in Alton. Don't fall for the hype you get from the other health clubs. Nautilus is the Riverbend's premier health club. Has been for years and will be for years to come. Get to Nautilus Fitness Center and get started on a healthier new you.
RiverBender Radio has built 3 great new stations just for you in the Riverbend. The Eagle, the Riverbend's classic rock station. The Bridge, hit music for the Riverbend. And The River, today's country, and all your favorites. Check them out today at RiverBender.com.
Is it time to buy, sell, or even time to consider a short sale of your property? Meet Lisa Webb, owner of 3rd Street Realty. This local, women-owned, family-operated realty group has over a decade of experience in foreclosures, first-time home buying, and so much more. 3rd Street Realty prides themselves on holding your hand through the entire process. Let their expertise guide you to your dream home. Visit 3rdstrealty.com and start your journey with Lisa Webb today.
But I never stop thinking about you. Found myself wishing you were there.
So many people at 1013 wanting to know how they can be a part of this amazing organization, and wanted to ask you right off the bat, is there what are some of the qualifications you look for in that partnership, in that role model aspect?
Yeah. So volunteerism, and when we use the word volunteers, we mean our volunteer mentors, is a huge, it's everything. Without that aspect of our program, we don't have a program. So we are always putting ourselves out there, letting people know how they can get involved and what volunteering for Big Brothers Big Sisters looks like. And actually, I came on here today because today we are launching, it's the first day of a campaign we're calling Be Unique. And our goal is to drive 60 new volunteers in 30 days. So for the month of June, we're trying to get everywhere and be everywhere, and we're really kind of rallying our troops to bring in volunteers to get children off the wait list.
Wow.
We pretty much have a wait list of anywhere between 50 to 100 kids at any point in the year. We always have a wait list, and a lot of boys. And so this Be Unique campaign is all about us letting the community know that you don't need to have any types of special skills or accolades. We hear all the time, like, I want to help, but I don't feel like I'm good enough or I have the qualifications.
Yeah.
And it's like, your life experience is exactly what we're looking for. If you've been through some stuff, you'd be a great mentor. You know,
Right.
if you own a business, you'd be a great mentor. If you are a school teacher, you would be a great mentor. You really don't. It's really as simple as that. And so that's kind of where the Be Unique part came from. Other things we hear oftentimes is, well, how much time or resources does it take? And what I would say to that is we expect anywhere between 4 to 12 hours a month for a year. So we ask for a year commitment because we do want kids to have that stability and to have the time to really make a difference. And so in terms of the time piece, what I like to tell people is, don't think of it as trying to find 4 hours in a month that you don't have. Think about it as, what are some things that you like to do? Do you like to garden? Do you like to go to the movies? Do you like to watch baseball games? Do you like to engage in art? And imagine yourself, could you imagine yourself bringing an 11-year-old with you? Could you imagine yourself bringing a 14-year-old with you to do those things? And so it's not really about finding time. It's about, you know, could you see yourself making a little friend and showing them passions that you have and using that as an opportunity to grow a friendship.
Absolutely. And now with that, you know, when you were going through that, the only thing that I just kept thinking about is just, you know, does it only after that, you know, year commitment, how many people go, yeah, no, we're gonna keep doing this?
Many.
I was gonna ask you, the turnover rate's probably really low because take us through the audience, because we're gonna talk about this. We need 2 a day for 30 days to hit our goal. You guys can easily do that. I'm a firm believer in our Riverbend region.
Me too. And we have some kids waiting in Alton, Godfrey, Bethalto, Wood River, East Alton. I mean, kids right now, Collinsville, Granite City, there's kids on our wait list right now who are waiting for you. So,
and that's what's good to know.
Yeah.
So if someone signs up and they want to be a big brother, a big sister, all they got to do is really just know that there's kids right here, literally all around
in
us,
your neighborhood,
that need your help, that need your guidance, and you can do this in this really cool campaign. I like this idea of Be Unique. Because the one thing I thought of is, I would love, you know, eventually once I get this house closed and things, you know, my life calms down a little bit, to be a part of something like this. But then I thought, well, I'm not a multimillionaire, you know, I don't have any of this. But it's so cool to know that, and it's just like everything. I mean, that one bus driver could change your life. That one, you know, and this is what you're kind of highlighting in this. Is this something that you guys have done before, or is this a newer campaign?
It's a newer campaign, and it came after listening to a lot of volunteers. We were talking to them, like, what got in your way from taking that plunge? Because we'll talk to people, they'll finally sign up, and I'll ask the question, well, what made you sign up today? Well, I've known about you for years. Well, why now? Well, it's like they finally learned enough and heard enough to finally take the plunge. But we would hear from people, you know, for the longest time I didn't think I had enough time, or for the longest time I didn't think I was good enough. And so we're just like, okay, we need to put this in front as the message that you are. And so, like, hear me say, if you're thinking about wanting to get involved in your community and wanting to make a difference, and if you're looking to do something that's not only going to make an impact on kids, but honestly change your life. We hear that so much from our volunteers. They're like, I feel like I get more out of this than they do.
I'm sure they do,
we're
though.
The opportunity for you.
Well, and too, I'm sure that there's times where this is just because I'm a I'm a thinker, and to me, I'm going, well, even if, you know, someone's a volunteer and they want to be a big brother, big sister, and, you know, they do this, it could have been somebody that maybe, you know, they fell out of favor with, you know, son or daughter, and they, you know what to do now, and they have this relationship where they can, maybe it helps them fix their own things going on at home, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Has that ever happened before, where someone's relationship perspectives kind of change? Because I can see so many opportunities with this program that are endless.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, relationships reflect back to you the work you need to do within yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
Always.
That's why mine never worked.
Well, maybe there's opportunities being presented to you. But yeah, I mean, like, and we do try to match people who have gone through similar things. Like, we have a lot of matches where, you know, maybe many where, like, let's say one of the parents have passed away, and we'll try to match them with, you know, a mentor who also had an early loss, you know, in their childhood.
Wow.
And so they can relate on those levels. But yeah, really cool stuff.
It really is. And now, talking brass tacks here, we've been talking for 20 minutes now, but I would got to get the calls to action out because I think everyone should be a part of this drive. If you have it, even if you can't find the time, share it on social media.
Yes.
Your neighbor, your aunt, your dog's therapist might be able to do it. I always joke about that, but you never know who's going to go, wow, that's for me.
Yeah. Yeah. So if you're interested, you can go to our website, bbbsil.org. There's a link that says become a mentor or be a mentor. Click on there, read more. And when you're ready, you can fill out a form and someone from our office will call you and answer some questions and possibly get the process started if it's right for you. So once you fill out the form, it's not like you have to worry about fully committing. It's, you know what I mean?
It's like a loan application. You're like, oh, I don't know.
Right. But yeah, if the timing's not right or this is not for you, you can certainly help. Go to our Facebook page. We just posted an awesome promotional video highlighting some of our matches with this campaign. Like, share it. I mean, even just putting it out there in your network helps us grow the message.
So we'll take it a step further. We'll link you on the on-demand article or on-demand interview. So that way, if you guys are tuning through, you guys can just click on the hyperlink. It'll take you right to it. And please, by the way, we aren't done with Big Brothers Big Sisters. We're going to be talking in August because we got a really big event coming down the pipeline.
Yes.
But you guys have 30 days to help me and help Heather get to 60 and 30, 2 a day. I think we can do this. And not only 60 volunteers, I don't look at it like that. I look at it as 60 lives changing for the better. And I really mean that. The best of luck this summer. I know you guys are going to do well.
Thank you.
And if you ever have anything in the meantime before August, you're more than welcome to come back on anytime.
You'll regret saying that.
Heather Freed, Big Brothers Big Sisters, 1021. Quick break, Dottie's Emporium next.